I think the mainstream media tend not to cover these things, or at least not cover them in context. I think there's a tendency to report the conflict like it just started last week, to oversimplify it like it was just started at the kidnapping of 3 settlers and the murder of them and the murder of a Palestinian, and it goes way back. So I think that the mainstream media sometimes is very superficial and kind of lack understanding of the historical, social context of the conflict. I worked in numerous media and reported from around the world, and I think at least in my own reporting I tried to put things in historical and social context. So the conflict in Palestine didn't start last week, it didn't start 2 weeks ago, it started 60 years ago, and I tried to do that in the limited medium that we have as journalists. Sometimes print, broadcast, it's a limited medium. Sometimes it's good to be idealistic, especially as a journalist. Other journalists are not, they're just, they're very pragmatic. I think, look, generally trouble sells. So Central African Republic or anywhere else, if there's a conflict, people want to report it. But the problem is, once the bullets have been fired and the bombs have been dropped, the journalists go home. And very rarely do they hang around to talk about people trying to pick up the pieces or trying to negotiate and trying to bring about peace or make compromises. Now sometimes I think that if we as journalists try to cover that, and maybe I am being a bit idealistic, maybe I think that the pressure of journalism, the power of media can have a bit more of an effect on world leaders.